Just as I rightly predicted that Burnley, I don't see them as that club that will deprive Man City 3 points. I told my co-Arsenal fans to zero their mind on that last night match that Pep Guardiola and his boys will not come back from that match without 3 points. But the good news about that result for Arsenal, my club, is that Man City were unable to score a lot of goals as expected against Burnley. Against Burnley. And believe you me, that result is a very good advantage to Arsenal. If and only if Mikel Arteta and his boys, our players, will capitalize on that advantage, yes, it's a very good result for Arsenal. For Man City, not being able to score more goals in that match is a very good result for us, honestly. And looking at Man City fixtures, remaining games, with what they played against Burnley last night, I don't think it's going to be easy games for them. The likes of Brentford, Everton. If you watched Everton against Liverpool, you understand my point. And again, Bournemouth, all these three mentioned clubs, they are fighting for European competitions. So I don't think it's going to be an easy game or for a game that you expect Man City to score lots of goals without conceding. So let's see how it's going to end. Now, there is a question that people have been asking on social media. Like personally, I've gotten two people that have actually asked why Arsenal are not topping the Premier League table, despite having the same number of points and goal difference with Man City. Someone even I saw on X that asked a 5-year-old child that he needs an explanation why Arsenal is not topping the Premier League table, despite having the same number of points and the same goal difference. And again, Arsenal, the A, alphabetically, comes before M. So this is actually the question people have been asking, seeking for an answer. Now, let me break it down. Let me just explain why Man City is, topping, despite having played the same number of games with Arsenal, the same number of draws, the same number of wins, the same number of, points tally, 70, and the same goal difference. Now, in Premier League, there is what they call Premier League tie-breaker rule. Premier League tie-breaker rule. Now, that rule says that if two teams have, after playing, the same number of games, have the same number of wins, defeats, and draws, and again, they now have the same number of, points tally, goal difference. Now, the order of this Premier League tiebreaker goes like this. First of all, you have to consider points tally, which Arsenal and Man City have the same points, 70. You now have to consider goal difference, which they have the same number of goal difference, 37. After that, you now have to consider goal scored for each of these two teams. If they have the same, the final decider of who will be on top is now head-to-head. That is if needed. That is if goals scored did not differentiate them, you now have to go for head-to-head. So these four mentioned points, points tally, goal difference, goal scored, head-to-head, are called Premier League tie-breaker. So if we check, in Premier League table between Man City and Arsenal, points tally, they have it the same. Goal difference, they have it the same. Now, the third point to be considered is goal scored. This is where there is a difference between Man City and my club, Arsenal. Man City have scored 66 goals this season. Yes. While Arsenal have scored 63 goals. So this is why Man City sits on top of the Premier League table, despite having the same number of points, goal difference, and every other thing. So it's actually goals scored by each of these two teams is what puts Man City ahead of Arsenal. So at this point, all we want from Mikel Arteta and the boys is to respond positively in the remaining matches And not only 3 points, they have to score goals, because at the end, goals will really matter in this title race. So I think there is still hope for Arsenal, if I may say, if only Mikel Arteta will, put himself in order and get it right with his players to get 3 points in all our games with a lot of goals. Premier League trophy is coming to Emirates. So guys, this is actually the reason why Man City sits on top of the Premier League table ahead of Arsenal, but it's not yet over. Share your opinion in the comment section and kindly help us share this video and stay tuned for more updates.